It's been 2 weeks since I last paid Kay and his team a visit on their epic 5-week modification of a Mercedes for the Gumball 3000. As they were suffering major problems last week, I did them the courtesy of staying out their way.
Hello, good. Busy?
Yeah, flat out.
But with only 7 days remaining, let's check out how intense it really
We were
is.
supposed to come last week, but I understand you've had a few problems, issues?
We've had some issues, yes. It's been a very long, tiring couple of weeks. But so we got most of it done. All the body was done. It looked amazing. Everything was fine. Then the wheels turned up.
Right, because you was waiting for the wheels, weren't you? From the States, did they come from America?
Exactly, because normally we'd have wheels first, suspension, all the parts, then we'd do the build. But because of the time scale and the wheels being made, the wheels were coming, whenever. We had to start the build, we had no choice. So we did the build on a calculated estimate of the size of the wheels, and then when they've come, they're slightly different. So we've now had to change a lot, and that's thrown us back probably a week. And the guys have been doing...
A week?
Yeah, quite a bit. So
when you've only got, a week left?
Yeah, week left. Less than a week left, actually.
So then you was put back another week?
Basically, yeah.
That's ridiculous. So what was they wider?
So we did an educated guess based on the calculations, which was 90% there, but that last 10% is what caused us the problem.
So you've had to go back and redo stuff and...
Redo stuff, we've had to change stuff, and we're just fighting at the moment, going all four corners, trying to work out when we adjust this, it's going to change that, and then when that changes, we need to change this, and it's just like a bit of a battle at the moment, going around in circles.
Trying to get everything as it should have been that you thought it was already there in the first place.
Yeah.
God. But you're back on track? Or are you still a bit behind?
I think we're still behind.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's literally now back to the wall. Everybody's on it.
Absolutely, yep.
So I haven't seen it for 2 weeks then. Was the last time we was here.
Yeah.
So, does it look a lot different? Do you think it looks different?
I'm going to say no, but that's me, and I see it every day.
True.
You might see it, and you might think it looks completely different. It looks good.
So now's kind of, would you say the final stages? Or you're still a way off, or you was close to the final stages?
We thought we'd broken the back of it, and now we're back to fabrication, whereas we should be on refinishing really. But we're still fabricating.
Wow.
Then we'll refinish. So yeah, we haven't broken the back of it yet.
I think we should go and have a look then.
With the setbacks they've had and the major fact that everything has to be 100% completed in only 1 week, I'm not sure what to expect. Sure, it's going to be cool though, all the same. Throughout this entire car build, I keep mentioning Team Galag, who will actually be behind the wheel of the AMG GT. So this feels like an appropriate moment to find out a bit more about them.
Team Galag is something that my brother started on his first gumball, and it's just basically a group of friends. Every year it grows, and we're just here to have a good time. 1 week to switch off and just enjoy the drives with fun cars. I mean, it doesn't have to be the craziest cars, but we ended up with the craziest cars a few years. This year we have the C63 Black Series, but of course we tuned it up a little bit, changed the exhaust, made it a bit louder. If we're not gonna have the flashiest car, we're gonna have the loudest, but unfortunately, Jun had to have the RS6 this year, so we ended up with the second loudest car.
In 24 hours, Team Galag will be arriving in England and heading straight to Xquisite to check out the latest vehicle they're going to be driving on the Gumball 3000. And despite their fun nature, these guys take their cars and the drive extremely seriously.
My pants are falling!
Although there's always time for a bit of fun, right?
And if you don't know, now you know.
Just like all the Gumballs that have gone before it, there's as much partying as there is driving. Unfortunately for Kay and his team though, there's no time to party until the car is well and truly ready.
Let's go and have a look, Kay. I'm excited to have a look. Ooh, look at that already. You got to get the splitter on.
Yeah, it's quite a bit different.
Wow, look at that. Look, it does look totally different.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The wheels make such a difference, don't they?
Massive difference.
The splitter's on.
Splitter's on.
The bumper's moulded round it.
Exactly.
The wheels make such a difference.
I don't think this side had been done when you last came down either.
No, that was still a hole.
Yeah.
Last time we was here, that was still a metal hole.
Yeah.
The other side was done. Obviously, you've got no wheels.
Yeah. We've
Let's have a look at the other side. It's all action stations, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's all go.
Everything's on it. It's just blokes everywhere. Mate, that looks insane.
It's going to be blokes all over it until it leaves, basically.
It looks so good.
It does look good. It does look good, yeah, I have to say. And then this is the rear diffuser.
My God.
Pretty cool.
It's huge.
It's massive, yeah.
It's all steel as well, Ali.
It's Ali and GRP, but it will be, eventually this will be carbon fibre when it's done.
That is
we've got
insane.
the winglets there for the front splitter as well. They're done. They need a bit of modifying, but they're pretty much there. The rear bumper's quite a bit different now as well.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah, right, okay. So was they still originally there?
The only bit that's original is the bit that you see in grey. That's it.
Really?
Everything else we've made.
In 2 weeks, it looks like a completely different car.
Yeah. That would have been fine a week ago, but we've got a week left, so yeah.
So if you've done the maths, you'll realise Kay's team has 1 week to finish 2 weeks worth of work. Now I'm no Carol Vorderman, but...
So last time, you was in the process of figuring out the lines because you wasn't happy.
Yeah.
Now it looks like it's factory. So what have you actually done to make it look like that?
Just had a little play around really with all the lines, just trying to get them flow properly. You've got to change the shape of the bonnet.
Because last time, I think this was coming down there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But now it obviously follows that line.
Yeah, we've got
there.
that going up. Yeah, so we've got the door, the swage on the door flows into the vent here now, and then we've extended this out to the bottom just to give it another little shape so it flows.
And it looks factory.
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah.
it was like, it came built like that. So even though you're at that tight deadline,
Still adding more
you're
work
still
to it.
changing it as you're going along,
Still adding
just
more and more
because
work.
you're not happy with how it looks, basically.
Yeah, we're shooting ourselves in the foot, but it's got to
But you
look
want a good product, don't you? You want it.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
want it to look good when it's finished, and it's as simple as that.
It's great to see the passion these boys still have for the build, despite the tightest of tight deadlines. I mean, with everything else going on, this incredible present still needs to be wrapped.
So originally our plan was to have it ready for being wrapped tomorrow. Obviously that's not going to happen.
Yep.
So the wrap's now happening next Wednesday. The exhaust is being done on Monday. So Monday we get to test drive it, get the exhaust done. Tuesday we'll probably still be finishing it, getting it ready for the wrap.
So it has to be ready for Wednesday for wrap.
Yeah.
Bodywork wise, it has to be ready for
It's
Wednesday.
getting wrapped Wednesday at the very latest, yeah.
My God, it looks insane, Kate. It
It's
really
very
does.
cool. It does look good. It's going to look awesome.
To be fair, it already looks awesome. But if this were a jigsaw, there would still be plenty of sky and sea to do. Luckily though, Kay's not short of manpower to help get the job done.
Looks a little bit savage going on over here. What's the big hole in the bonnet for?
Giant scoop.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he's making a blanking plate to put there. I'm getting it ready for primer.
Yep.
If you want to see the other side.
Yes, flip it over, let's have a look.
Drop it.
Wow, look at that, that looks different. I think last time I came, that was just literally, there was no shape to it, there was no nothing. That looks incredible, look how good that looks. So this isn't a functional scoop,
Not really, no.
it's just styling,
Yeah,
effectively.
well, like the
Obviously the
rest
race
of the
car that it's based
Yeah.
on has
Yeah.
got the functional scoop, but this
course,
hasn't,
yeah.
because it's the road going version.
Yeah. Well, we didn't actually do it. The
Right.
man who did build this bonnet is Adam, who's over there.
Okay, come and take credit for your handiwork. Last time we came, it was just a hole.
From the pictures we got, the 3 different images we've got available in the bonnet vent, we was going for trying to make the deepest effect look. I was going for the sort of look it as deep as possible. If you look at the pictures we had, the scoop is like plummets into the bonnet.
So
yeah,
it's actually
really-
chopped into it.
Yeah, it really flows deep right in. So I've gone for the nice plummeting look on the sides and that, and then put the reverse kick like the one in the pictures has. So it's got that little backwards facing. So I'd imagine there's a nice big.
So instead of dropping it down, you've actually raised this up to give the effect.
A bit of both. A bit of
Right,
both. So
okay.
it definitely drops down a little bit to meet the cladding underneath, so it doesn't foul anything it shouldn't. Still allows all the airflow that it needs for the turbos like it should.
So you started it, you've done the most of it, and you boys was finishing it off, doing the
Yeah,
final
we did.
tweak. So what was you?
Just kind of filing the edges, making it sharp, and just the final touches here and there to get it ready for primer. When it's ready for primer, then it's all good to go. Then that's the bonnet finished, so which is quite a big segment of the car.
Yeah, it's quite a big chunk. Yeah. And you've only been here how long?
I started on Wednesday.
So you've been here 3 days?
Yes.
3 days, and you're already on to quite an expensive build. Was you expecting to walk into this when you first started?
Honestly, just walk in here and see a 200 grand car sitting there all cut up in pieces with bits of fiberglass and all sorts hanging out of it, no.
Nice bit of team bonding and praise going on over the Galag's unfinished sports car. Actually, that's an important point. It's unfinished, boys. Time for bonding when it's driven out the workshop. I mean, my favourite bit's not even on the car yet.
The wing, how are you getting on with the wing?
Wings over there. It's big.
Really?
Want to see it?
Yeah?
Yep.
Is this the full finished version now?
This is. We need to cut it down. It's a little bit too wide. I think.
God.
It's
an
good.
aeroplane wing.
The wing is roughly 7 feet long, so as it stands at the moment, the AMG GT literally will take off.
The size of that. That is insane. Okay. Full carbon fibre, one piece.
Yeah. This is how big it actually.
Oh my Jesus.
Not going to miss that coming, are you?
Wow, look at that. It's massive.
Yeah, it's big. Big old wing. Hopefully he doesn't take any pedestrians though when he's driving down the road. That might be a bit awkward.
That is crazy.
That's cool.
That's going to make the car, innit?
Yeah.
That is going to make the car.
The diffuser as well.
Yeah.
Epic.
Along with the diffuser, the giant rear spoiler will give the car amazing road presence. It has to be said as well that both these additions are finally making it look like the GT3 on which the designs are based.
Yeah, I think it's going to be right down to the wire. Some of the guys have been in all of last weekend, last 2 weeks. Some of the others are going to be here all of this weekend. It's going to be tight. It's going to be a push.
Flat out.
Yeah.
The amount of man hours that have gone into this beast over a 4-week period shouldn't be underestimated. And that's not even taking into consideration the various problems that have reared their ugly heads. Like those important things known as wheels, for instance.
So you mentioned earlier about the issue you had with the wheels.
Yeah.
What have you actually had to change? Was it really far out or?
This wheel arch has been modified now.
Okay.
Whereas before, we did the wheel arch to where we thought the wheel was going to be. Once the wheel's here, we've had to change the shape of it slightly because the positioning of the wheel is slightly different. I mean, on this side, we've just had to alter this lip, so it's not too bad, whereas some of the other sides, we had to alter it quite a lot. But if you actually see, you can see here where we've changed the shape of it.
Yeah.
That's because of the wheels, basically.
Because all this was handcrafted, weren't it? So
was all handmade,
it's going to be slightly off either side
Exactly.
because it's not going to be an exact copy.
Well, yeah, exactly. Although, to be fair, we get it as close as probably a human can. So we've got a tight schedule because the client's coming on Thursday morning.
Right.
They're actually flying over, landing, coming straight here, checking the car, making sure they're happy with it. Then they're off doing some business, and the car's going straight on a trailer and off to Dublin
That day.
that day.
Thursday.
Thursday.
No second chances.
No second chances, unless they want to move the gumball, which I don't think they're going to do.
Wow. No pressure then.
No pressure.
So D-Day is Thursday then, or G-Day as I like to call it, when Team Galag finally arrived to check out their Gumball 3000 ride. No pressure whatsoever then, Kay. I mean, it's only a little road trip where no one would be paying any attention, right? Right? Here at Xquisite in Leatherhead, we're currently witnessing a monumental car build in what has to be a ridiculously short amount of time. 1 week to the gumball and no time to spare.
Is this one of the worst, or because obviously you've got no room for being late at all?
We've done a lot of stuff like this before, where we've had builds that we've had to do for events, one-day events, and we've had no room for manoeuvre. And yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say this is the worst. I wouldn't say this is the easiest, but it's certainly been a challenge for us.
Yeah. And then the setbacks didn't help.
Exactly. I mean, when we first discussed it, we said 10 weeks. That 10 weeks was based on the fact that we discussed it 10 weeks ago.
Right.
And we didn't have a choice. And I would have actually said 12 weeks at least for doing this sort of a build.
How you getting on?
Yeah, not too bad.
Looks a bit,
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess at the moment.
Yeah.
But it'll be hidden once it's done.
Well, you've had to do a lot of work.
Yeah, it's just had to pull it in. Basically, each side slightly different. Yeah, we've pulled it in about an inch because it was sticking out further on the other side.
So what, you've cut it down?
Yeah, just cut and slit it and then re-glassed it.
Right,
and then we'll
okay.
glass it from the back to give it strength and be good as new with a couple of skims of filler.
Reshape it and...
Yeah, not long.
Yeah.
It'll be alright.
Not long at all.
No, not when you want to be going backwards.
No, stay positive. Good man.
Cool, cheers.
What you've done, it just looks insane. This looks absolutely
That's why you
insane.
can see that there's guys everywhere.
Yeah, it looks
Everyone's
insane.
just on this.
I'm excited to see it finished. I
Me
really
too.
am.
Me too.
I'm really excited to see it finished. I think it's gonna do the job. It's definitely gonna be what they're expecting. I think
If it's done.
more than so. I think it will be done. Stay positive.
And while Kay attempts to be positive, I need to go and see Ollie about a little promise he made me on my previous visit.
Stand in the middle.
Ollie, last time I was here, you was making a bracket for the splitter.
Yeah.
That now looks like it's fitted. You promised me that you was going to make it strong enough that you could stand on it. Well,
Let's do it.
you sure?
Yeah.
You going for it?
Yeah, come on. Ready?
Go on. Look at that, solid. Absolutely solid. So you're happy now at 200 mile an hour that that's not going to fall off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See the reassurance there?
Was it as easy as you thought? Straightforward? Problems?
Oh yeah, loads of problems.
Yeah.
Lots of chopping and changing because initially it was a little bit lower, and then we measured the height of speed bumps, and turns out it's caused it look.
Oh, you had to go and measure the height?
Yeah.
But before you just guessed?
The height of a splitter race car is different to what a height of a road.
Right, okay. Pedestrian friendly? I don't think it is it?
No.
I don't think it is. As long as you can stand on it, that's all I was worried about. That was your promise, and you've come through. You've come good with the promise.
Standing on a splitter is never advisable, but I suppose it's just another example of the quality of these guys' work. And Ollie's mum gets to see her boy on the TV. Finally then, the moment has arrived to fit the diffuser, which along with the rear spoiler really does go a long way to completing that race car look. Yep, it's a thing of beauty.
The next time we're going to be here will be the last day.
Yeah.
And it drives out, then onto a trailer to Dublin.
Exactly.
So between now and then, what's got to be done?
Loads. So we need to finish all the body. We need to do all the inner arches. We still fabricate some bits that need doing. We need to mount the spoiler, prime the whole car. Then it's going for its exhaust. Needs a full test drive. Then it's being wrapped. Then it's leaving. That's a lot of stuff, isn't it?
When you list it like that, it's a hell of a lot of stuff. And not a lot left.
Not put in there.
Not a lot of time
No,
left.
not a lot of time.
But you've done well up to now. I've got confidence in you.
I'm glad you did.
I'll be back on the last day.
Good.
I'll muck in if I have to. Probably just keep out the way, it'd be easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see you on the last day then.
Cool.
Good luck.
Good.
I'll
Thank
see you
very
soon.
much. See you then.
So the race is on, as they say. 1 week left, 2 weeks work to do. Despite the odds being stacked against them, one thing I think has become blatantly obvious: the team are determined to get the job done. It's a week later then, well, 5 days if you want me to be exact. And as I pay my final visit to Xquisite, I'm almost nervous for them, as all that remains are 24 hours.
Hey everybody.
Surprisingly, everyone seems really calm.
How we doing, boys? Why are you not on the car? Huh? Why are you not on the car?
Someone else's turn.
Oh, see, it's been wrapped.
Taking a break.
So you haven't got time for a break?
Tell me about it.
You haven't got time for a break?
We know.
Late night last night?
Very. Didn't go home until about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Really? Should we go and have a look? Let's go and have a look.
Do one after.
How we doing, boys?
Alright. Not bad.
Flat out? Looks good though, love the colour. And the design and everything just looks...
It's going to look great outside in the light.
Yes, it's almost got like a tyre tread pattern is what it springs to mind. I don't know what it is. You can't really tell with all the shadows and the reflections and stuff. It's amazing how different just the colour makes, isn't it? Because you see, like we've seen it is in primer. Every time we've came, it's been in primer or filler. and then a bit of colour on, shows the lines and everything else up. Looks good.
The bumper needs to be wrapped, but you may have noticed it's not there. That's because it's currently in another part of the workshop having the final touches added. So while the boys crack on with a million other jobs that have to be done before Team Galag arrived, I'm off in search of the missing front bumper to see what modifications have been done.
I was literally like, I don't know if that's going to work, that, and then last minute, like before the rest of the car was primed, it was just bang, all together, and you're like, yes, that is the one.
And that's still the original bumper, isn't it? It's just a modified original bumper. Was it been extended down? Because there's the original bumper. So you've extended it out.
So it comes out, comes down, comes forward. It's got bigger mesh in it, or bigger grills. Custom made splitter or mouth or whatever you want to call it on top of the bottom splitter. Handmade fins. So the whole lot. This has 3 screws to the top, so you have like 1, 2, 3 in here that bolts to that, and that's bolts to the framework underneath. So
and it
all pulls together, rigidly like.
Yeah.
So when we went out for test drive, literally doesn't bat an eyelid.
So you have done the test drive?
Oh, yeah, and like you can push on this, and it pulls the front of the car down rather than putting the splitter down. Yeah. So it's literally
So Ollie done good then?
Yeah. So once the grill's in, it's all screwed together. The whole thing is literally anything you touch brings the car down rather than separating everything and it all flexing. So yeah, you done really good.
Even in this state, the car is looking incredible, and everybody's working flat out to make sure it's at the Dublin start line in 1 day's time. Still waiting for that massive wing to be fixed on as well.
So you've got the so they've been made. Yeah. So you've got your struts, fitting them.
Nice and solid.
The guys are re-wrapping it.
Yeah.
Under pressure, no doubt, same as everybody else. There's still a lot to do though.
Oh yeah. Got a lot of. So the guys got to finish wrapping it. We've got to refit it, test it. Still got to fit the spoiler. So the legs only turned up yesterday.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Diffuser, splitter.
Yeah.
There's just people everywhere. Everything's going on. There's just people everywhere. Flat out. That's cool, man. Right, I'll leave you boys to it. You get what you've got to get done.
With less than 24 hours before the car has to be ready, the day is far from done. But that doesn't mean to say I can't nip off for a cup of tea.